It's me, Persita, and this is Persita's Paradox. So the question of the day is, what question do you ask yourself daily? Do you ask yourself things about your destiny, or are you asking yourselves things about why your life is the way it is? Be very conscious on the things that you ask yourself develop into the things that you meditate on or the things that you feed. It is super easy for us to know positive words, speak positive mantras, listen to positive speaking, come on this channel and try to hear me speak about things that are staying positive. But truthfully, if at the end of all of that, you still are feeding yourself negative, or you're feeding yourself a question, and that question always leads to some type of confusion or lack of confidence, you're really working against yourself. We all have what we call doubt and fear, and truthfully, they run neck and neck. You cannot live in this day and age without doubt and fear. Really, you can't live at all without doubt and fear. There's certain things that you're going to always believe in, and then there's certain things that you doubt. Even when you're in the midst of a prayer, you typically find yourself in the middle of the prayer feeling as if, do I deserve it? Have I been good? Is this something that is a part of my destiny, or is this a part of my ego? And if you've had something manifest in your life, let's say using money, you prayed for $100 and somehow it manifested through a friend or an extra work hour that you didn't know you had or something of the sort, you can believe that. But it's very complicated to say I need $1 million when you've never had $1 million and you've never been gifted $1 million, and to actually believe that. The beauty of thinking and the beauty of the questions that we ask ourselves is that we have to be conscious of, we typically feed the negative portion of the question. We do not believe that we deserve or we should have things. And most say, well, you're not deserving of anything. I say it myself. You don't deserve anything, right? But in the exact same breath, you have to understand that the things that you're asking for, the desires of your heart, to me, come from a spiritual place. You're not going to always walk in the happy parts of life, meaning the things and the places that you go are not always going to be places that you necessarily want to go. But we tend to ask ourselves questions when we're taking jobs or when we're doing things for people like, does it make me happy? Or am I really good at it? And I'm just really starting to understand that life is really about purpose and being fruitful. It has absolutely nothing to do with if you like it or if you're good at it. You are going to be called to do exactly what God says you're going to do. Now, you can call God whatever you want to call him, the universe, your destiny, your outcome. But when it all boils down to what it boils down to, you are a purpose-driven person. We all are. We all have a purpose. And the goal in life is to be as fruitful as possible. As fruitful as possible. Not to simply walk around and talk about the things that we do and don't like and how we won't get involved in that because we're not very good at it. A lot of the things that you're claiming that you're not very good at is simply because you haven't tried. Do me the favor of thinking back on some things that you currently do that 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, you would have never, ever tried. I know for a fact that I literally worked in the executive portion of the world, corporate America, entertainment to be exact. And there was nothing about me that thought that I would ever be anything more than a marketing executive. I was very good at it. I enjoyed my job, and it was very fruitful. The irony is that for me to actually transcend over into the fitness industry, there was nothing about me that liked it. I did not like tennis shoes. I did not understand why people spent so much money on them. I did not understand why people went to the gym and would live in the gym and love the gym and eat healthy and all those other things. Now, the irony is I've always had a tie to it because I was an athlete, or would still call myself somewhat of a semi-athlete. But there was nothing about me that thought that that was a career move. I never would have believed that I could actually make a living off of it. And I remember the moment that I had to ask myself the question of what's important to me. And what was important for me as a transition was the moment I started having children. I didn't want to travel as much, and I still wanted to be able to be home with my children, but have the type of lifestyle that would still allot me travel and luxury if I wanted it. Who would have ever thought that I would have actually gone into fitness? I know not me. It wasn't on the radar at all. I didn't fit the mold. There was nothing about me that enjoyed it. And there was nothing about me that I felt like it was my purpose. But here I am. 16 and a half years later, here I am doing exactly what I would have told you 16 years prior I couldn't have seen myself. All because I had to ask myself some really viable questions. I'm asking you today, what question are you actually asking yourself? That question then manifests to thoughts. And are those thoughts purposeful? Or are they based on your happiness or what you feel like you could succeed in? I propose to you today that you actually sit back and ask yourself the hard questions. Are you only working in a position of you have to be good at something to be a part of your destiny? Or are you understanding that it could be something completely different, something that you're not good at all, something that you will actually have to earn some sense of respect in because you'll have to teach yourself or learn from someone else something, but you clearly know that it's your purpose. Are you asking yourself what's your purpose, or are you asking yourself what's fun and what are you good at? I propose again, step outside of the box. Feel yourself doing something completely out of the norm for where you are. If you're feeling stagnant and you're feeling as if you're in a bubble and you're not quite sure what you want to do with your life, ask yourself the hard questions. And then be fearless enough to actually think about what you're asking. Line it up with your purpose to become as fruitful as possible. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate your time and your effort. Please continue to share, like, comments. Comments have gotten really light lately. I've noticed that. So come on back into my comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know where you are. Let me know if this is helping. Just say hello. How about that? Always, always do the 3 things that I'm always going to push every single video. And that is live your life authentic. Thank you again so much. Have a blessed day.